What's up? Hope you guys are doing well. Hey, wanted to do a quick video for you guys about something that I believe to be incredibly important. And it's going to be incredibly important for you as you consider your future and as you consider where you're going in life. Okay? I want you to think just for a second, yesterday morning when you woke up, okay? When you woke up yesterday morning, what thoughts were in your head? And then as the day progressed, at the end of the day yesterday, so you had an entire day yesterday, maybe, I don't know, 16 hours of being awake, woke up at the end of the day yesterday, were your relationships better? Were you better off financially? What about your health? Did you invest in your health? What about your brain? Did you put anything in there that helped improve your brain? We were made for growth. You use it or you lose it is the way that our bodies, our brains, our minds, all these things work, okay? And I want to see you guys. I heard it from an author named Og Mandino. He wrote, I want to see you grow into a mountain, not shrink to a grain of sand. Okay, now that requires faith, it requires movement, it requires action, it requires self-introspection. All right, here's what I got behind me. I have a bubble. This is you, and this is you right now. So my question is, first of all, do you know where you're at right now? Have you assessed your relationships? Have you assessed yourself? Have you assessed your finances? Have you assessed kind of where you're at? And this is, it's pretty easy. It doesn't take you long to kind of step back and look a little bit at where you're at. I think most people know, so you don't have to do any work there. This says, what do I want? What do I want? All right? And I want to give you guys a magic wand. I want you guys to paint your future. What do you want your relationships to be like? What do you want your finances to look like? Your day in and day out. What do you want that day to look like? What about your health? What do you want your body to be like or to move like or to feel like? Guys, we have never lived in a time as unbelievable as today. You're watching this video right now. Maybe hundreds of thousands of other people will watch this in the future. There are unbelievable resources at your fingertips just on a mobile device. Okay, you can watch videos, you can listen to books, you can read books, you can read articles, you can take the thought leaders that have put in 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 hours executing or learning something, and you can download that data into your brain in a pretty short period of time. All right, let me step back to yesterday morning. When you woke up, your feet hit the floor, and you started going through the day. Every day, we make hundreds of thousands of decisions. A little decision here. What do we think about? Where are we going to go next? What are we going to wear? How are we going to act? How are we going to treat our spouse? How are we going to treat our kids? How are we going to, when we're driving, we're going to get pissed at the other drivers? Are we in an attitude of gratitude? Are we mad and have a victim mentality? Okay, so here it is, guys. Here's your magic wand. First step is to know your outcome. Know where you want to be. Know what you want. How do you want your relationships to be? How do you want all that stuff? Okay? All right. I read a book. It's called The E-Myth, Entrepreneurial Myth. A lot of people ask me, oh, Brian, I want to get into business or I want to get into real estate. I've grown a $4 million real estate portfolio in the last number of years. A lot of people say they want to get that kind of stuff. Why do you want to get that? What's your purpose? What's the why behind it? You can save yourself a lot of time, effort, and energy. But he wrote a chapter in this book called Your Primary Aim. Okay, and here's what I did. He's got a sequence of, I'd buy the book and read the book just to read that chapter. I mean, it's a phenomenal chapter. But he's got a sequence of questions in there about your primary aim. What is your primary aim, okay? And here's what I did. I took those questions and I just answered them. As rough as I could be. It took me probably 15 minutes just pounding it out on the keyboard, okay? First question, what do I wish my life to look like? How do I wish my life to look on a day-to-day basis? What would I like to be able to say that I truly know in my life or about my life? How would I like other people in my life, like my family, my friends, my business associates, customers, employees, community, how would I like have them look at me? How would I like people to think about me? What would I like to be doing 2 years from now? What would I like to be doing 10 years from now? 5 years from now? What about at the end of my life when I'm old, I'm about to die? what would I like my life to look like? And what specifically in my life would I like to learn? Spiritually, physically, financially, technically, intellectually. What about relationships? How much money am I going to need to do the things that I wish to do? And by when will I do it? So here's what I did, guys. I literally just pounded out the answers to this question, and it took me 15, 20 minutes. Okay? There it is. And if you message me and you want a copy of my primary aim, I'll email it over to you. I got nothing to hide. I'm happy to do that. And it's pretty amazing. That one right there was from 2011. Here's my current one. So if you have your primary aim and you know what you want, it helps you move forward. It helps you move forward. If you know your desires, and there's not a right or wrong, it's just what's right for you? Which direction are you moving in your life? And then, here's the thing. You take your magic wand. Ready? I told you about the magic wand. And we start to connect dots. And those dots start to get a little bit more solid. Right? And as those dots, here's what happens, and it starts to create a tension between these two bubbles. You see that? There's a disconnect between what you want and where you're at now, which is good. You want to grow. I'm not saying you shouldn't be content right now, because you should. But for you to know where you want to go, there's power here, guys. And what will happen is this ball will start to move towards this. And it happens very, very simply. Okay? Who are the people you should be hanging out with? What are the books you should be reading? What are the, right? And small little decisions today. You can spend 5 minutes improving your mind. Just reading, pick up a new book about something in this area, in this category, right? What about your health? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, moving yourself in that direction. This is the proactive. These dots are just the proactive stuff. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I wanted to get around people that are much further beyond as far as financially than I am. A lot of people say, oh man, I don't have the right relationships. It's just, I don't know the right people, It's not what you know, it's who you know. Okay? There's probably some truth to that statement. So go get to know other people. So I thought in my mind, you know what? Who is the richest person that I know in this community? The richest person. So I thought about it, and I thought, there's a guy that I heard about. He sold his business and he cleared $300 million. And now he's making this giant new business. That's the guy I want to connect with. Now, how do you get around someone like that? My net worth is maybe $500,000 or something like that. This guy's a gazillionaire. Not a billionaire. A big difference. Anyway. So I typed out a letter. This little tiny action, I just typed out a letter and I mailed it to him. I looked him up, tried to figure out where the heck he works, where his office is, where his home office is, and things like that. And I mailed him a physical letter and I signed it. Look, I'm following you. I appreciate what you've done. I'd like to learn from you. Here's a couple things that I did. Very short, concise. I get an email from his secretary saying, hey, Brian, this guy wants to connect with you. This is unbelievable. So I did. I went out to lunch with him. I bought this guy lunch. Actually, he wouldn't let me pay, but I tried. Guys, listen. Connect the dots. Connect the dots. Move yourself forward. Today, have an attitude of gratitude and start moving yourself in the direction that you want to go. Do you want to become a missionary? That's awesome. Do you want to do what Mother Teresa did and go help the poor in India? That's awesome. Start connecting the dots. Who are the people that have done that? What have they learned? What have they not? Start moving yourself in that direction and you will see tremendous growth, guys. I hope this is helpful. Sorry for the long video. Listen, I'm really passionate about this and I want to see you guys succeed. All right? Listen, I'm building a YouTube channel. Would really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll keep putting out content like this. You can just not watch the ones you don't want to watch, but I'm going to continue to make content this way. Also, I'm on Snapchat if you want to follow me. BTMyers1 is my Snapchat code. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Have a great day, and listen, keep moving forward.